this computer. Okay. Basically, what happened in Java, we have a Java, we have a 53 keywords is there total. Okay. In this 53, we covered all the basics related stuff. What are the basics? Like integer, what are the data types, all the things we'll cover. In these 53 keywords, we have a three reserved literals. Reserved literals. That is a three. What is the tree? Three, true, false, and null. Null. Null is the keyword. This is null where to use default value of object reference. For example, class A is equal to null. That means default value of this is the class. We are creating object reference actually we are using for null. That is the reserved word literal. Second thing is true or false. What is this data type is boolean. Boolean. When you are using a boolean, either true or either false only. There is no other way to define this boolean. Can't define any other value. Either we have to define true or false. For example, boolean b. If you are not giving default, it's a false. False. If you are giving, then it's a true. For instance, okay. For instance, if you're saying, I'll open IntelliJ so that I'll show you all the things. It's and all. Okay. Meanwhile, we already covered three keywords. Now we have a 50 keywords. 50 keywords in this. In this 50, used keywords are 48. Unused keywords are 2 in Java. What is that unused? Go to. We are not using. Const. We are not using in Java nowadays. Now we have a 43 keywords we need to learn. In this 43 keywords, we have to talk about first one, reservoirs of data type. Data types. Data types are byte. Byte is nothing but 8-bit. And again, sort. I'll tell you each and everything, how many bits it's taking. But as of now, what is the keywords we will learn? This is how many, maybe 8 you can say. Now what happens? Sort, int, data types, okay? Float, and double, char, boolean. Boolean also under data type one. Now, each data type, see, byte, sort, int, float, double, character, okay, double character, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one is long. Total 8 keywords. Data types are how many? Data types are in Java 8. One is byte and char, int, float, double, char, boolean, and long. These are the data types. In these data types, okay, what are the data types? What is this? We'll talk about next. Now, data types, how many? 8. In this, we have this all are primitive data types. Right? In this primitive data types is divided into 3 parts. Data types divided into 3 parts. One is, you can say numeric data type, numeric data type and char data type and boolean data type. Boolean data type. You know, right? Boolean data type, what you know, that is one is boolean and true or false. Okay. Character data types also no. Coming to the numeric data types, character only. Okay. Numeric data types actually integer data type, integer data type, and float data type. In this integer data type, we already byte, char, int, long. This is the integer data type. If we're seeing up, these are all integer data type. Now coming to the float. Float data type are two types, float and double. These are the two types. And in a character, two are false. Total 8 data types. These are the name called as a primitive data types. Primitive data types again is divided into three parts: numeric data types, character data types, boolean data types. Numeric data types again divided into two parts. One is integer data type, second one is floating data type. Now each data type we will learn so that we'll cover 8 keywords. Then if it is covering 8 keywords, then it should be 40. We will talk about one by one so that we'll cover all the things. Now byte. Byte. Byte I already told you 8 bits. 8 bits. That means bit is nothing but a 0 and 1s. Right. Now this is a max value. How many it can allow byte? Byte can allow plus 127 to minus 128. That means how they're calculating the byte value. What is the byte? 8-bit, right? 8-bit means 2 to the power of minus 2 to the power of 7 to 2 to the power of 7 minus 1. This because you have an 8-bit. This is a 1, 2, 2 to the power of 7. That means total 8, right? 2 to the power of 7. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 2 twos are 4 4 twos are like that. If you're calculating, then it will come minus 28 to 128 to 127. This is the max value. You don't need to worry about this and all. Okay, just you can say byte is nothing but 8 bits. That's it. But how to calculate what is the value it might take? Then you can calculate 2 to the power of 7 minus 2 to the power of 7 to 2 to the power of 7 minus 1. That means minus 122, 27. Up to this value, byte can now allow access. Okay. Then sort. Sort can allow Sort can allow 2 bytes. 2 bytes means how many? 8 plus 8, total 16 bits. That means minus 2 to the power of 15 to plus 2 to the power of 15 minus 1. This is the range of sort. Sort can allow, for example, 120, 130 you want to add. Sort S is equal to 130. It won't allow because this range is 127 only. Then you go for, sorry, byte cannot allow. Then you go for sort. Sort will allow up to 2 to the power of 15 to 2 to the power of 15 minus 1. Up to this value, sort can allow. Okay. Then int. Int, how many bytes it will take? 4 bytes. 4 into 8. How much? 32. Then how much? 32 means minus 2 to the power of 31 plus 2 to the power of 2 to 31 minus 1. This is the range of integer. Integer how many bytes? 4 bytes. 4 into 8, 32 bits. 32 bits. Then it will take minus 2 to the power of 31 to plus 2 to the power of 31. Okay. Okay. Up to here, you are good, right? Then what we need to go into then long. Long, then long, it will take 8 bytes. 8 byte means how much? 8 into 80. How much? 8 into 8 to 64 bits. 1 byte, 8 bits, right? Then what is the range? Minus 2 to the power of 63 to plus 2 to the power of 63 minus 1. This is the long range. That, that much you can add it. Okay. That is the long. Now, Boolean anyway, it's a true or false. Now, we can go ahead with the float and double. Floating point, right? Float and double. Float actually, what it will allow, it's allow only 6 decimals. Okay, maybe. Float when you go for, if you have money related stuff, you can go for float or double. Previously, they all are using float because there less money it has. That means like, billions only. Now we have a trillions, tetrans, all the things money is there. For example, if you're going to the JP Morgan or Charles Schwab, it's as a trillion dollar company. It's not like, a billion or million. It's growing money thing, right? Then float, float is won't support that many values. That means float actually it's taking only 4 bytes. That means your value may be 2 to the power of 4 into 8, 32. That means minus 2 to the power of 31 to plus 2 to the power of 32 minus 1. That means your money may be about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and something like that. It will give up to 6 digits only it will give. Then some people, their money actually, it's not sufficient to, measure. That means float. Then what they're under just one more data type called double. Double actually, it will take 8 bytes. 8 bytes means 8 into 8, 64. Then 2 to the power of minus 63 to plus 2 to the power of plus 63 minus 1. This much money they can add it. For instance, Charles Schwab, I will show you. Charles Schwab, it's not a billion. TCS and all. mm, Schwab. Charles Schwab, it's a uh, billion. See, they're calling it a trillion. It's not a billion. If you're seeing another companies, they may call billions, not trillions. 8.517 trillion. It's not a billion. If you're going to the TCS and it's a billion. Okay. Then TCS money they can calculate in uh, you know, data consultancy service. Mhm. If you're saying billions, there is nothing. Okay, 91,000 something, 11 billion, 100 billion, 1,000 billions like that. But it can't after 1,000 billions or 1 lakh, right? Then it comes to the million, billion, trillion, tetra. Okay, like that it will. trillion and tetra. Trillion now they are calculating. This much money, right? They can't calculate in float. That's the reason they are using, double. Okay. Now double done. I think so. All we covered. Now these are the data types. Is in where is that? Yeah, these are the data types. Is there in the uh, primitive data types. And see, now we have a data types 8 byte, short, int, float, double, char. Now you see character actually here it's taking 2 bytes. Character is one only, right? Why 2 bytes it's taking? Because it's supporting internationalization I18N. That means, what is internationalization? For instance, if you're going to the Google, see, Google will support all languages. If you want to change Hindi, you can change, or Marathi, or Tamil, or Telugu, this and all, right? This Kannada and all, right? This is nothing but internationalization. It is supporting all the languages. Because of Java, it's supporting this type of languages because of character has a 2 bytes. Okay? That is the reason character has 2 bytes. Basically, character is nothing but what? This is a character C. This is H is a character. But character is 8 byte is enough. But why they are using this kind of 1 byte is enough, 2 bytes because of internationalization, I18N. It will support different languages. That means like, internationalization language like Japanese, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, anything. Okay. That is the total about, okay, character and integer and all the things. Okay. Now we'll talk about something new. Then maybe I'll say what is the first, some small diagram I can write. You can remember this. First byte. Byte how many? 1, 8 bits. 1 byte, right? 1 byte is 8 bits. Next sort. Sort how many? 2. Same char also 2. Int how many? 4. 2. Next long. Next float. Next double. You can remember this and you can remember all the things. Okay. First is 1 byte. This is a 2 byte. Then integer is the 4 bytes. And float long 8. Float 4. And this is 8. That's it. Okay. This is the small diagram you can remember so that anyone if is asking short how many bytes a character, 2 bytes. Float, integer, long, 4848. That's it. Okay. Don't remember anything. Then based on this 4 into 8, 32. Okay. 2 to the power of 31 minus 2 to the power of 31 plus minus 1. That's it. That is the range. That way we can tell to the answer anyone if is asking. Okay, now we have covered, 40 in that out of 40, 48, we covered 53, we covered almost 13. Now we have a 40 keywords. Now in this 40 keywords, we will talk about one by one. Okay. Okay. Now what in that 40, we have different types of keywords is there. Now we covered almost 40, right? In that 40, now uh, some more. Reserved words are flow control words. Maybe control words, you can say. Control words, keywords. Keywords. Now we have completed out of 53, we have completed 13. Now 40 is there. In this control words, we have if, else, switch. We have a case, We have a default, do, while, break, and continue, and return. These are the total. We have 11. 40 minus 11. We have 29 remaining. Now, what is the keyword? If, else, switch, case, default, do, while, break, continue, return. These are the control keywords. We will talk about each and every one, no problem. Now again, some other keywords. Okay, first let's complete this keywords total so that we'll commit like a control words. After that, modifiers. Modifiers are, right? Already we talked about public, private, protected. Default, it's not there. It will as a default if you're not giving anything. Okay. Next, static, final, analyze the keyword. Abstract. While writing abstract class, right? You're writing abstract. Abstract, abstract, synchronized, native. Native nowadays we are not using. Leave it, no problem. Strict if also not using. This is also no problem. Now transient and volatile. Volatile. Public, private, protected, static, final, abstract also, static, public, static, void main you're writing, right? That static, final, class immutable is a string is a immutable class. There you have to use public, private, protected, transient, violet, volatile. I'll explain you. Synchronized is a keyword, and native no need to worry. This one no need to worry. Then out of 38. How many this one? This one is 11, 11 keywords. 29, I think so, right? 29. Out of 40, we are talking about 11. 29 is there. In the 20 line, we have 18 keywords still pending. Okay. Now 18 keywords is remaining. Now, what is the 18 keywords? That 18 keywords out of 18, we have a try, catch, finally, throw, throws, asset. Asset 1.54 version, this no need to use. Now, while explaining the exceptions, we will talk about try, catch, finally, throw, throws. These are the total 6 keywords. Out of 18 minus 6, we have a total keyword schema. In the class keywords, class keywords. In the class keywords are class related keywords or class keyword. Class is a keyword I already told you. And package is a keyword. And import is a keyword. And extend. Inheritance. Extends means getting the properties from superclass. Extends means getting implements. Implements a keyword. And interface is a keyword. This is a keyword. Out of 12, can remove 6. Then how many is there? 6 remain. In this 6, we have a object related keywords. One is new keyword for creating object. Instance of that which object you need to compare. Then super keyword and this keyword and void keyword. Okay. Then Void is a return type, right? We are not using anything. Okay, that is a void keyword. This is the all about 53 keywords basics in Java. Now we will talk about one by one. Okay. Now I think so we have covered almost 13 because Boolean we covered true or false, and a null value, that is a default value reference of object, and data types we covered. How many data types is there? That data types diagram also we covered. Now out of 13, out of 53, 13 completed 40. Now 40 we'll talk about this level too. Okay. And this level we have a if, else, switch, and do while and for loop. Nowadays, don't talk about do, while, and all. Switch cases and all, very rare cases we are using. Nowadays, maybe we can use if, else. For instance, we want to use this one, this all statements. For example, I want to put a condition. If A is equal to 20, B is equal to 30. A is greater than B, else something you want to do. That kind of scenario, you can go for if else. Then I want more than two conditions. Then what we need to do? If A is greater than B, else if A is greater than B, else then we can do something. This way, this is a simple if else loop. This is a nested if else loop. That means we can write else if conditions, how many you can write. I'll show you in the practice. Don't worry about. Now, if you're going to the normally Java class, test example. Okay. Now, if you're going to the public static void main, int I char C double D int char. Okay. Now see data types, right? Data types I already taught you, right? In that integer, if you're not assigning any value, what happened? Okay. If you are declaring, you say, I already told you three types of variables is there. One is instance variable. If you're using in the class and creating an object, now I want to see what is the value of I. Then we can use I value. If you are not assigning any value in the integer, JVM will give the default value is 0. I'm going to complete that, data types practice. Okay, 0. Now character. JVM will give the character value as a, how to give this space, they'll give like that, some space like that. Space will give you. See, I'll run it, I'll show you. See, this is the space. Now double JVM will give the 0.0. Boolean B. Boolean JVM will give the false is the default. False is the default value. This is the JVM value. If you are not providing, JVM will provide the value. If integer or short or byte or char, JVM will default values it will provide for you. You don't need to worry about that. Now, if else conditions. Now, for example, I have a into a is equal to 20 into b is equal to 30. Now I want to compare if it is a is equal to a is greater than b. Yes, out. B is a bigger. Else, yes, out. A is a bigger. Okay. See, 30 is there. That means this loop, it's oh, maybe yeah. See, 30. This is okay, false, David. Now, for example, I want to check each and every line of code. You can put a debug point, right click, run in a debug mode. See now, its condition is true. A is greater than condition is true. That's the reason evaluate expression if you're doing, then it will tell you which one is true. See, condition is true. That is the reason it's coming inside. It's printing this one. It's a, this symbol is there, right? That is a mystical symbol you can press. Then it's come out of the loop. That is a just a normal if. Now nested if. Nested if what we'll do, one more if we can write if else. Else if. Now you can put this. Now we can put A is greater than or equal to B. Then S out. Now if you're seeing, we'll run the application. First, it will come. It will check this is true or false. Hey, false. Then again it will come. Check A greater than B. Yes. Right? Then it's come inside, it will print. That's it. Okay. That way, nested if you can write how many you want. If you want, you can declare nested ifs how many you want. Like that you can add. But different condition, maybe you can say not only A comma B. For multiple conditions, for example, C, D, C, comma, D. Now A is greater than and B is less than C. If like that, if you're adding a condition, multiple conditions, you can add a multiple if loops. You don't need to worry about anything. Like that, you can write a if loops in the uh, code basis, in the real time. Okay. Now, what happened? Okay. This is if how to execute. You got it right. Now we'll go ahead with the switch cases. Switch is the one more statement. No, that. So if else complete. Now we can go ahead with the switch cases. Switch cases basically what it will do, how it will be. First, you can write a switch. Switch. Here expression is there. That means condition. After that case value you can give case value, then print something. Case value colon print something. If you want to break, right? Once condition is met, then you can use break statement. Then it will come. If anything is not happening out of all, then finally default is there. Default, it will print whatever you want. This is a switch case. Switch case basically how it is. First, it will check the expression. Okay. Then what is that expression? Integer, range, or what is the condition? It will add it. You can add it here. But how to do that? Maybe I can show you here. For example, I can create a one more class. SWIT example. I think so. This is a 1 minute is there. Can you please join the another link? I'll forward you this. I'll stop here.